guys, so today's video is completely different from videos that I usually do. As you guys know, I'm a makeup channel. I love to post my makeup tutorials. But today I want to talk about something more important than makeup tutorials. So some of you may know that I have eczema from my videos or just from saying it in some of my tutorials when I'm getting ready. I might have a spot or something going on, and I do openly talk about it. It's something that I'm not ashamed of. And I mean, I have it, there's nothing I can do about it, so like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. And sorry if you hear noise, my cat found a Walgreens bag and she's going at it. So, I made a video May of last year about my eczema story. It was just a day that I wanted to get a video up, and I had been going through this horrible breakout that I'd never experienced before. And I was like, you know, I'm just gonna film it, and if I don't like it, I can just delete it. And I filmed it and I posted it, and people went, like, it was just crazy. It was like I had never had such a response from people before. So many people said, oh my god, like, I'm going through the same thing. I completely understand what you're saying. And to have that kind of response meant so much to me, because I had never, I mean, from living where I'm at, I never knew anybody who had eczema like I did. I mean, maybe a friend had eczema on their hand or something, but nothing like to the extent that I have. So yes, I made that video, and I had a crazy response from people, and it was really overwhelming, and it made me feel good that my video had meant something to people, and like other people were going through it and could say like, hey, we're in this together type thing. And I did get a few girls who were like, this meant like a lot for me to see like somebody else going through it. So I know it helps some people, which that's my goal. Like, that's all I really want, is to help people. So that made me feel good. So I knew that I'd have to do an update sometime, and it's literally been half a year since I've done an update, so I figured it was time to do an update. So for you who don't know or didn't see my video, I'm gonna give you a brief explanation because it was a long video. Basically, I've had eczema my whole life, and it's been in the spots it's usually at, usually my legs, the back of my knees, you know, the elbow area. So basically, like, you know, the regular spots that you'd get them at. My arms and my legs were the biggest things for me. And like growing up, I had maybe like one spot here on my face, but nothing ever on my face. And so, yeah, so all the doctors told my parents, you know, it's gonna go away when she gets older. She'll grow out of it when she hits puberty, and that's the case for a lot of people, but for me that wasn't the case. And so I went to dermatologists. I went to many of them, and I was always on steroid creams, which for those of you who don't know, steroid creams are a topical cream, so basically you apply it to your skin, and they're prescribed to you, and they're very concentrated hydrocortisone, and so they've got some heavy chemicals in there. And for me at least, what it will do is you're supposed to be on it for 2 weeks, and so I'd be on it for 2 weeks. It would clear up my skin completely, I'd get off of it, and then it would come back 10 times worse, a million times worse. So basically it's like putting a band-aid on it and forgetting about it, but eventually the band-aid's gonna come off. You're not fixing the problem. You know what? It's like putting a blanket over a fire is what I always say. Like, you're hiding it, you're not fixing it. That's not, and it's not proven to fix it. So I don't know why they keep prescribing me this, because it's not fixing. I mean, eczema is an incurable disease is what they call it, but it's not fixing it. It's essentially making it worse, because it always comes back worse. So it's like, it's making it worse. Why are we doing this? But anyway, that's what they would do. And so I was on clobetasol, which is a very common one. They had me mixing it in with my cream, which I was just using like Cetaphil, I think. And Cetaphil did nothing wrong. Cetaphil is a great moisturizer. Only thing, I don't like that it has parabens in it now that I'm all, you know, natural me and stuff. But, so I was mixing it in with that, and basically I had applied it all over my body, head to toe, for at least a year, maybe 2 years. I mean, thinking about it honestly, I think I started doing that when I was like a sophomore in high school, and I didn't stop until last year, which was 3 years? I don't know. So, and I didn't think anything of it because it was in my Cetaphil, so to me it was like a daily moisturizer. And you're not supposed to use steroid creams on your face. You're really not supposed to use steroid creams at all on your face. And you're supposed to use it for 2 weeks and then stop and wait for 2 weeks. So that's a big no-no. So what it had done, it had thinned my skin out so bad on my face to where when I got off of it May of last year, because one day I realized, I was like, this is probably not good, because I remembered, I was like, wait, you're not supposed to use this for that long, so that's not good. So I stopped using it, and it came back on my face, and it was basically like this. I might have pictures, I'm not sure, but it was so bad. And so I had also had a reaction to raspberries, which I had never been allergic to before. So that's something I figured out too. And when I stopped eating raspberries, it went away. And then about a month later, it came back, and I had not eaten raspberries. You know, I had stopped drinking milk, so I cut out a lot of triggers from eczema, and I was doing all the right things that they tell you to do, moisturize, all this, you know, you guys know the drill. And so I was doing all that, and it kept coming back. And so they were like, okay, so they put me on prednisone, and this you guys don't know. So because my last video, my update, was in May when it had come back, and I had just had the appointment to figure out what it was, and about a week after is when I figured out it was the raspberries that had been causing that. But that's not all it was, because I stopped eating the raspberries, it went away, but it kept coming back. And so this is all new to everybody. So basically, they put me on prednisone, and if you don't know, it's like an oral steroid, and it's not really that good for you, but it's always helped me clear up. But I don't really know the other side effects that it causes, but I just know all my doctors are like, let's try not to be on this for too long because it's not really that good. They don't like prescribing it, which is surprising because they can prescribe steroids to me all the time, so it's like whatever. So put me on prednisone, it cleared up, came back about a month later, a few weeks later, and this literally happened all summer up until August, which was a month away from my wedding. And I literally told them, I was like, I can't get married in a strapless dress with my arms, because my arms were covered, like covered completely, just complete eczema, and the back of my legs were horrible, and my face looked like this. So I'm like, I don't know how you think I'm gonna get married when I look like this. Like, I can't, like, you know, like, I don't, like, it's my wedding, you know? So they put me on more prednisone, and it went away, and this time it stayed away for a while, and it didn't come back again until, I'd say, like, October or November, and then it came back, and it was bad, and I think they put me on more prednisone. Basically, that happened all throughout that last year, and then I went and got an allergy test done to see if I was allergic to anything else. I had the patch test done, which is on your skin, and it sees what topical, like if there's any topical irritants that are you're allergic to, basically to see if you're allergic to parabens or anything in makeup or something, since I use so much makeup. So found out I'm allergic to nickel, which to me does not make sense, because they say, like, you know, it's in some cheap jewelry. So he was like, have you ever had a reaction to any jewelry? And I'm like, I've worn cheap jewelry, I've never had a reaction ever, or even like the buckle on your jeans. I've never ever had a reaction to that. And it's not in any makeup, it's in some like shimmers and glitters. It's not in any of my makeup, not in any of my shimmers or glitters. So I'm like, that's weird, because like, I mean, I've never noticed it. I mean, that is weird, because it was a big reaction too. So I was like, whatever, it's whatever. And then I'm also allergic to a paraben called, I don't even know, it's like methylchloroisophonate or something like that. Huge word. And it's in cosmetics and, you know, like shampoos and stuff. I've looked at all my cosmetics and none of them have that ingredient. I think I had a shampoo that had it, and like maybe a facial scrub. I hadn't even used those in months. So I'm like, okay, you know, I mean, at least I know that now, but it's not that. That's not what's causing it. So then I had the prick test done, the scratch test, which is where they test you for foods and like pollens and stuff. Of course, I live in the middle of freaking Kansas, so all the trees are around me. I'm allergic to like every tree. I'm allergic to all the molds, basically all that kind of stuff. But I knew that already. But I don't go out a lot. Like, I'm not outside. First of all, it's been freaking freezing, so I haven't been outside. The trees have been dead. There's been no pollen, so there's really no correlation with that. With foods, I did find out I'm allergic to more foods than I had thought. I'm allergic to strawberries and watermelons, which I knew. I'm also allergic to raspberries. I'm allergic to cashews and thankfully not peanut butter, because I love peanut butter, so thankfully not peanuts, but cashews. I knew it was some type of mixed nut, because every time I would eat mixed nuts, I'd get like an allergic reaction on my eczema. So I knew it was something. Thank God it's not peanuts, because I love peanut butter. Also apples, which surprised me, and they said to stay away from pears since it's apples. So I mean, like, there were a few other things. They said tomatoes. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna stop eating tomato sauce though. I freaking love red sauce. But I don't know, it's just so weird. It was all these foods. I'm like, okay, so I went a few weeks without eating those foods. I mean, I still don't eat, I eat tomato sauce sometimes, but that's the only thing I ever eat that's on that list. And they also said a big word, and I was like, what is that? And she said basically it's yeast. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be in another story here soon, which we're gonna talk about in a second, which kind of correlates with this. Yeah, so I haven't eaten all those foods in a long time, and my eczema's off and on. It wasn't horrible. And then, let me pull up the picture. I'm going to show it on the screen, but I just want to look at it here for reference. So my skin was under control for a little bit. It was okay for a little bit. And then it looks like it was January 10th. January 10th, I woke up and all hell had basically broke loose. My eyes were swollen. It literally looks like, I don't know if you guys have seen the picture, but there was a picture going around social media one time of a poor little golden retriever who got stung by bees and his eyes were all swollen. And that's literally what it reminds me of. My face, if my face looks really oily right now, I didn't mention it, was from the cream I used, but my face was leaking. They call it weeping lesions. It was leaking clear fluid, which is a sign of infection. It was just patchy. It was horrible. It was gross and infected. And this is when it started to break out on my neck, which I've never had neck eczema before. I just want to say I've never had face eczema until after I stopped these steroid creams, which makes me think this isn't eczema, because if you look at it, I don't know, to me this doesn't look like eczema, because eczema on my arms does not look the same as this. This is so splotchy and almost and welty and swollen, and I don't swell anywhere else, which is weird, I don't know. And so I went to the doctor and they gave me more prednisone and they put me on antibiotics, and I actually just finished the prednisone now. It was a month's worth of prednisone and antibiotics, and it was horrible. I was so uncomfortable. I could not speak because my face was so, it was horrible. I can't even describe it. I never ever want to go through that again. It was so bad. I remember being in the hospital and I was missing classes. My teachers were getting frustrated because I was missing so much class, and I feel bad because I don't want to miss class. I really enjoy college and I have an amazing opportunity, and I get more anxiety and then it stresses me out more, and then it makes my eczema worse because I'm missing all these classes. And I'm like, I don't, like, literally, I had 106% in psychology because I do all the work and I do my best. I really do try so hard, and any, like, extra work, like, I do everything I can, and, it's just, I'm scared that, like, I'm gonna lose points because I have to miss a few days this week for, like, family reasons, and I've already missed so much from health, and it's scary because I love school and I really want to get my degree, and it's just really scary, and I don't know, it sucks. It's like eczema controls my life so much and it's horrible. And then so the next picture I have was January 19th, and my face that week had completely cleared up. It was insane. It looked like I was wearing foundation all the time. I was so happy with my skin, and I cannot wait till I'm back to that because my skin was so good, and I really do have pretty good skin when it's not flared up. Like, I don't have, you know, acne prone skin or anything. So, like, I feel like I should be enjoying it, you know? And then January 26th was the next time I have pictures, and it was basically a more chilled down version of what I have going on right now. It was welty, and it was red, and it was horrible, and so, I don't know. I think I just stayed home from school that day. I didn't go to the doctor because I didn't know what, I was still on prednisone. So there was nothing I really could do. And that was my most recent picture. So here I am now. So last week it was cleared, it was doing really good, and now it came back. I don't know. So right now I'm looking for a holistic doctor. My aunt's gonna help me try to find one because she goes to one. All the doctors are basically like 2 hours away because I live in the middle of freaking farmland, which I hate. I don't like it. I want to move back to the city. And so all the doctors are basically in the city, or I mean at least an hour away. There's not really any near me. I looked up like alternative healing, and all it was is acupuncture, and I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna be me. I actually had a girl message me. This warmed my heart, like that somebody reached out to me. So she had DM me on Instagram and she said, hey, I saw your video about your eczema. I know it was from the summer, but she said that she basically said she cut out milk and bread from her diet for a week to see what would happen, and she said her eczema is basically gone. So I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Like, so I haven't been drinking milk for almost a year. So I drink flax milk now, only like in my cereal and like cooking. I don't drink milk. So I haven't drank milk in a long time, but I eat bread all the time, so I'm like, that could be a thing. So I tried to go without bread, Then we went out to eat last night and there was literally nothing on the menu without breads. I mean, there was probably, but you know me. So basically, I think I just have to change my diet. I think that's going to help a lot. So I know this video hasn't been very informative. It's just basically been me talking about an update. That's my update on my eczema. If you guys have any questions, I'll leave them down below. If you guys have any eczema related videos or just regular related videos that you want me to do, I will do them. Just leave them in the comments. I have makeup videos that are really, really fun and uplifting. I love doing makeup videos. So yeah, if you guys want to check those out, you can. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm pretty cool. And yeah, give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Bye.